A huge manhunt is underway following that mass shooting in the US yesterday which killed 18 people. Police are searching for Robert Card after he opened fire at multiple venues in the town of Lewiston in Maine. The US Army reservist had recently been discharged from a mental health centre despite threatening to commit a shooting at the facility. Police say it was a confronting scene for officers.
As you can imagine, this was a very fast-paced, fast-moving, very fluid scene, very dangerous scene that these guys and girls were going into. He should be considered armed and dangerous. Based on our investigation, we believe this is someone that should not be approached.
A citywide lockdown remains in effect as police search for the 40-year-old gunman. Maine's governor has offered her support and condolences to families and friends of victims.
This is a dark day for Maine. I know it's hard for us to think about healing when our hearts are broken. But I want every person in Maine to know that we will heal together.
President Joe Biden said on social media, "Our nation mourns after another senseless and tragic mass shooting. Today, Jill and I pray for the Americans in Maine who've lost their lives, those in critical care, and the families, survivors, and community members." Sky's Mark Stone has the latest on the manhunt from Lewiston.
18 people now known to have died at two separate locations, as the police outlined there. And there is an added urgency to this because the man they believe is responsible, the man who was a person of interest but who is now their suspect, is on the run. He is Robert Card. He is 40 years old. And to add even more to the urgency, he is a man who knew how to use a weapon. He was a reserve, one-time reserve in the US Army. It is reported, too, that he was involved in the training, firearms training as well. And so there is a real urgency to track this man down. And as we understand it at the moment, there are no clues as to where he is, which is why this city and others around it are in a state of lockdown. Eerily quiet here in Lewiston and in the surrounding area, as the authorities tell everyone to remain at home, do not come out and await further information. We're at the hospital at the moment where some of those who are injured have been brought. You can see some of the armed police outside the hospital because they clearly are very concerned about what could happen beyond now. They are concerned that he is still on the run, that this could be just one of a number of shootings that he plans to carry out. And so there is a heavy police presence here and at other hospitals in the area. We know, because we have seen the imagery of him, that he was using an assault-style rifle, perhaps an M4 rifle, perhaps an AR-15. Either way, a very, very powerful weapon, potentially semi-automatic, which would allow it to fire in bursts, which would explain the high number of people that he managed to hit. Now, Maine has relatively relaxed gun laws here in the northeast of the country. Its history of hunting has meant that it has maintained relaxed gun laws, and I think clearly down the line that will be a question. How was he able to get hold of this weapon? Did he hold it legally? These will be questions that the authorities will want answered and that the public will want answered as well. But at the moment, the focus is very much on finding this man and bringing him in.